momentum for an event. Building momentum for an event. Before I can talk about building momentum for an event, ladies and gentlemen, for the years I've been in network marketing, one thing that has really had the biggest impact in my business, one thing that has really got me to the top, it's events. If you want a quantum jump in your business, do you know a quantum jump? Skipping some levels, skipping some phases in your life is what we call a quantum jump. In business, if you want your business to move from maybe 50 people to 200 people to 1,000 people in record time, it's events. If you want your money to move from $1 million every month to $1 million every single week, even to $1 million every single day, it's what? It's events. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how was I able to maximize events? What is that thing that I've always done to make sure that in every event I have a good representation, but not just a good representation, there is going to be an impact after the event. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to talk about today is how to supercharge your network marketing team before the big event. How do you supercharge your network marketing team before the event? Like, how do you prepare your team? How many days are we left with to the event? How many days now? 19. Not so? We are 19 days away to the biggest event of the year. We are 19 days away to actually witnessing, ladies and gentlemen, the first anniversary of Okata Wellness Solutions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why does momentum matter? And why do you need to get your team prepared? Why do you need to get your team into momentum for the event? What does momentum contribute towards your success in our business? Are we together? They are saying, ladies and gentlemen, number one, big momentum is the best friend of any leader. Big momentum is the best friend of any leader. Yesterday, I was meeting a gentleman who was my mentor 12 years ago when I joined MLM. This is what this gentleman was saying. Hamson, I want you to build business. I want you to get the numbers. When you get momentum, any idea is welcome in the team. When your team is in momentum, you are the one who decides what to put into the network. Even if you say, when you are in momentum, even if you say, I want an event every single week, you'll do it. Even if you say, I want everyone to buy 10 products every single week, when you're in momentum, they will buy them. Are we together? Because in momentum, ladies and gentlemen, one, the mindset is right. Two, people are making money. Three, the progress is very steadfast. Ladies and gentlemen, why do we need the momentum? Number one, it helps you to create energy and urgency. The moment you have momentum, this is how we relate momentum. When you get a truck, even if it is a big truck, how many of us have ever seen these lorries, these Sino trucks, these Actros cars, these heavy cars? Not so. When it has parked, what do they call this thing they put behind on the tires to make sure the car does not move? Bachitachi mu Luganda. Echijinji. How big is always the chijinji? Is it always very big like this speaker? No way. It's small, just a normal stone, or even like a small piece of wood will hold that truck from not moving backward or even forward. Are we together? Why? It is static. It's not in momentum. It's not what? Moving. But when that vehicle is set into motion and it picks momentum, can that small thing stop it? Can this speaker stop that truck? You'll need a whole building like this to stop it. Actually, it can even go through that vehicle. When that vehicle picks momentum, it can even go through a wall and enter a house. But when it's not in momentum, even a small stone will hold it. But when it picks momentum, you don't need a stone. You don't need just a mere wall. You need a pillar like this one to stop that car. Now, that is what momentum does in your business. The moment you put your team into momentum, the moment you get your team into momentum, the energy becomes unmatched. No one can stop you. No one can come your way. No one will stop your money from coming. No one is going to stop your team from exploding. The moment you pick momentum, ladies and gentlemen, your work will not be monitoring the network. Your work will be monitoring your back office only, because you won't stop your network from growing into different countries. I remember there's a time when my business was in momentum. Today people have sponsored someone in Netherlands, another one USA, another one I'm in Angola, another one I'm in South Africa. Applying, how do I send products to this country? And you're wondering, how did you even get there? Are we together? When momentum comes, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes when momentum comes, you wonder, have they put magic in my team? You wonder, what is happening? I tried for 6 months to do the same thing, but people are now doing it even in an easier way. Why? The energy is up and urgency becomes automatic. Ladies and gentlemen, people follow movement, not stagnation. No one wants to be a part of something that is not moving, something that's not registering steady progress. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you get your team ready for the event, the moment you get yourself prepared, the moment you get your team prepared, the moment you create momentum, then, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to have very many people joining your business. Actually, before and after the event is always the best time to build business. I'm going to share with you, you're going to see how do you do this. The other thing is, it builds belief within your team. When there is momentum, ladies and gentlemen, the testimonies are many. When there's momentum, ladies and gentlemen, the mindset is right. When there is momentum, ladies and gentlemen, the moment the numbers are there, the moment there is steady progress, then belief is automatic. Belief, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you can even have belief before you get results. But when you get results, your belief is actually unmatched. Are we together? You can stand and say, I believe in the company, I believe in my upline, when you don't have money. When you don't have money, when you don't have any results, and you have belief, it's just mindset conditioning. But the moment you get money, the moment you get momentum on your side, the belief you have is not just mindset conditioning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's real belief. A fast-growing team motivates new recruits. Ladies and gentlemen, all of us want to join a team, and today you are seeing new people joining, tomorrow new people are joining, the other day new people are joining. You go in a circle and they're saying, this one joined yesterday, this one joined the other day, this one joined last week. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, everyone would want to be a part of a moving team. No one wants to be a part of a stagnant team. No one wants to be a part of anything that's not progressive. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the steps we need to take to create momentum? For what? For our teams. What are the steps we need to take, or we need to do? What are the things we need to do to get our teams prepared for events? Ladies and gentlemen, before I go to that, there is this last point, why momentum. It keeps you and your team consistently active. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I said, momentum, those who did physics, what is momentum? Yes, sir. Mass and its velocity. Another one. Who did physics and math? I'm seeing engineers in the house. Engineers, look at me properly. Firdaus. I know an engineer. Where is Jovin? Where are the engineers? The pharmacists, where are you? These are the guys who are reading books. Yes, Sergeant. Azida. She's also an engineer. Where are you? Momentum. Oh, you forgot like me. You forgot. Yes, Okay, wonderful. Now I'm hearing now the terminologies for the engineers. Yes, momentum. Firdaus, I saw your hand up. Mass and velocity. Yazida. Progress or growth. You're not speaking as an engineer, you're not speaking as a what? As an entrepreneur. Another, this side, Do you have engineers here? These are historians only. Yes, sir. The tendency of the body to keep moving in a straight line. The measure. Another one, the final one. Hey, Hassan, now I saw Matthew. Nali manyoni wa bidongo byoka. What's momentum, Hassan? Continuous flow of motion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing I learned when I grew up, that all answers from adults are always right. Everyone was right, but there are some who are more right than the others. Momentum is actually something, the ability of something or a body to keep in motion, as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to keep in motion, there is no way you are going to keep in motion if, ladies and gentlemen, when there is no momentum, keeping in motion is going to be hard. Being consistent is hard. You cannot ride on motivation day in, day out. You need some result. And for that result to come, now this is where some people are talking about the force. Some of you heard about force, not so? When you apply some force, these are the strategies I'm talking about. These are the efforts you're putting in. This is the work you're putting in. That work finally is what creates the what? The momentum. And you know what happens when you go into momentum? You are just like someone who has made fire, who has put up a fire, a big fire, and all you're doing is you're adding in just logs to keep doing what? To keep the fire burning. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, what are the steps? Step number 1. 19-day action plan overview. Before the steps, let's look at the overview. What are those things we are going to basically look at? Number 1 is the theme for focus. The themes for focus. If you want your team to be in momentum, you can say, this week, what are we going to do? This is going to be our theme. Are we together? Next week, this will be our theme. The other week, this will be our theme. Are we together? Every week, get something that you are promoting. Every week, have something that you are focusing or directing your team towards. Are we together? Those who have seen even these beverage companies, if you look at all these big organizations, every season, there is a theme. There is something they are promoting towards. Are we together? You'll find, for example, a company like Coca-Cola. Sometimes it's on school, it's on what? School needs. All their promotions are directed what? Towards what? Towards education. Especially if it is time to go back to school. Have you realized it? If you go, for example, to fuel stations, those who have cars, you realize that their promotions they always have a theme depending on what? On the season. Now I want you to sit down with your team and ask yourself, this week, what are we promoting? Are we together? This week, what are we promoting? And then number 2, daily tasks and check-ins. When you create a theme, when you come up with a theme, when you come up with something you want to push towards, look at what are we going to do every single day towards that. And number 2, evaluate it every day. Every day, make sure you're doing what? Evaluating. Number 3 is accountability and recognition. Let people come and talk about this is what we did and then recognize those who performed well. Recognition is one thing that creates momentum very fast. What? Recognition. All of us are working. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing you for the work done adds a plus. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, the last action plan is going to be measurable progress towards the goal. Let's go to our steps. Step number 1. When you want to get your team into momentum, starting today, how many of us are saying, I want to use this anniversary to change my business? I want to use this anniversary to change my team, by show of hands. You feel this event should be your game changer. You feel this event should mark the beginning of a new era for my business. Once again, by show of hands, how many of us are saying that this should be my event? Wonderful. What I want you to do today is, number 1, get organized and set the pace. Get organized and set the pace. Define your target or goal for the event. Most of us are talking about anniversary. Most of us are saying this should be my event. Define how this will be your event. How do you define that? The goal or the target. What do you want? What is your goal for this event? How many people do you want to have in the event? What do you want these people who come, what do you want them to achieve from this event? Are we together? These people who are coming, those of you who have got teams outside Kampala, even those who are within Kampala, what is the special thing, ladies and gentlemen? You want your team that by the end of this whole anniversary season is done. Where do you want to see your business? Are we together? I want you to have goals now, before the event, during the event, and after the event. The goals before the event, you are now looking at the game plan. How many people are we going to call every day? Are we together? We shall come to that point. Then look at how many people do you want on the event? And then after the event, what do you want the people who came for the event to do? What do you want to achieve after the event? Are we together? And then, number 2, clean up your contact list. What do they mean by clean up your contact list? Sit down and look at, do people know about the event? The people, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be intentional many times. And we are going to talk about it when it comes to the action plan. And then they are saying, announce your challenge to your team, or the target, or the goal to your team. Are we together? You've come up with us as a team. We have got different teams here. You as a team, are we together? We have the Expendables, we have Falcons, we have the Masterminds, we have the Money what? The Money what? The Money Empire. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go and announce, you as the upline of that circle, you as the upline of that cell, you have set a target for the team. Now sit down with your team and tell them, this is what we want to do. These are the numbers we need. Because ladies and gentlemen, some of these goals and targets, you won't achieve them as an individual. You need your team. You need your leaders to buy into the same target, to buy into the same goal with you. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing is, announce your challenge to your team and any existing incentives. Ladies and gentlemen, you must make sure that all your people, they know all the incentives which are running, both from the company and from who? From you as an upline. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, an incentive is meaningless if you do not promote it also. Actually, an incentive becomes an incentive only when you promote it and show people why this is an incentive. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, we have got, the company was so generous, it pushed the buy 7, get 1 free. Not so? It pushed it ahead. The question is, are you making the noise about that extension? This is the time to do what? Go and announce to them. Some people maybe think the promotion is over in your groups. Because sometimes we wake up in our chat groups and there are 100 messages. There are 500 messages. And you might not be able, people might not be able to pick all that information all together. Now, you as an upline, this is now when you sit with your small team and do what? And tell them about existing incentives. Yesterday, the company announced we are going to have the second ticket. Not so? That those who cannot have the VIP ticket, you can have the ordinary ticket at 100. Are we together? You'll still get the bag, you'll get your notebook, you'll get your pen, you'll get your t-shirt, but it does not have a food coupon. Not so? Have you heard about it? Yes. Have you heard about it? Yes. Now I'm announcing to you, you're going to get more details about it. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, one thing you must do as an event promoter, as someone who wants to create a team for momentum, people must know, how has it been made easier? How has it been made easier? When Coca-Cola puts a promotion, it doesn't put a promotion and it ends there. It does not even a promotion, but an incentive. Not so. It says, drink soda, scratch, and win school fees. Do they announce and it's done? No, it's not done. These guys will make drives. They'll give out t-shirts. They'll even showcase those who have done what? Those who have won. Not so? They'll even do demonstrations of how this thing is done. They'll even tell you, like they'll go an extra mile about the what? About the incentive. Even you, I want you to go an extra mile. Day one, today, the day you've said, you've decided that this is going to be my event. The day you've decided, I'm going to maximize this event. I want you to look at, go on all platforms. Look for all the existing incentives that are applicable in your team. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, schedule power hours for massive invitations and promotions. When it is time for the event like now, I would want to see people, yes, I know you're inviting for the OPP of tomorrow, but there should be an extra 1 hour allocated to what? Calling people to sell the ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you and your team to have that session whereby it's only ticket promotion. It's only anniversary promotion. It's only talking about the what? The event. Because ladies and gentlemen, let me be honest with you. You don't want to be in that event and you are saying, I wish I had given it more. I wish I had done better. I wish I'd called more people. I wish I'd told everyone in my team. I will be honest with you. There are some people who have in our teams, but who are not yet aware of what anniversary is about. There are many people who have in our teams who don't even know what is happening. The fever, the fire hasn't reached them yet. Not yet. This is the time. This is what this power hour is about. It's about calling both prospects, but also calling your downlines. In events, ladies and gentlemen, you don't only look at those who are active. You look at both the active, the dormant, the dead, all of them. Are we together? Because, ladies and gentlemen, events are miracle performers. Events are a place whereby, ladies and gentlemen, you can get people making or renewing their decisions, renewing their commitments, renewing, ladies and gentlemen, their involvement in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, schedule a daily evaluation program. Every single day after the power hour for the event, I want you to sit with your downlines. I want you to sit with your team and look at how many people have we invited for the anniversary. How many have you confirmed? Let me tell you, the worst thing you can ever do, you as an upline, is allowing your downline to come without any person in the event. That's the worst thing you can ever do for them. You as an upline, when you tell your downline, it is okay to come without a person. The only person who is allowed to come alone in that event is the person who's going to join business on the 24th. The one who joins when? On the 24th. But the one who is in business from today up to 23rd, they must have someone in the event. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you want your person to start right and strong. You want your person to start and immediately they have someone to push business with. You want them to start with someone who's ready to fight, who has put in their feet, they have put their foot on the ground. I'm going to do this no matter what. Are we together? I remember my first event in Indonesia when we went for VCon. I had a guest who was a lawyer. The guy said, I want to join this business, but if there's an opportunity for me to travel and look at the bigger picture, I'm going to pay the $2,500. He paid $2,500 before he even got into business. When we came from Indonesia, he came, joined business, and retired as a lawyer. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at what are we doing to make sure that, ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing to make sure that our downlines have people in this event? Are you together? Number two. Okay, before number two, have a launching Zoom or meeting to kickstart the run. Are you together? I want you to organize a Zoom. I want you to organize, if those who have got teams there physically, sit with your team, launch the anniversary, relaunch the anniversary to them. If you launched already, I want you to call for a crisis meeting again. Why? Has everyone bought a ticket? Those who have bought the tickets, have they also sold out some tickets? Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, identify event promoting masters in your team. One thing that's going to help you to maximize the event is get people. You are not going to be the only master promoter. No. I want you to get other 2-3 leaders. Are we together? Who are going to be ticket masters, promoting masters like you. Are we together? That you are hitting from the left, they are hitting from the right. Are we together? That, yes, you are meeting this person, they are also meeting other 3 more people. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you want to do whatever it takes to have as many people as possible in the event. And your business will never go back again. I remember there is an event we had. It was a Philippine trip. There was this Nigerian. What the guy did, he had people who had not qualified. He closed his people and people paid money. He had 134 delegates from Nigeria to the Philippines. I remember meeting that guy in the gym. He was called Mike Okori. That time, he was top number 5 in that company in Nigeria. After bringing that guy, after bringing his numbers, I remember him coming in my inbox saying, you know what, Thompson? He asked me, I remember his questions were, how much is Elias earning? How much is Duncan earning? And he said, how big is the network? How big? Then he was like, how big is the network? I told him all he wanted to know. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, within 1 year, the guy moved from number 5. He became number 1. I remember that same year, after, I want you to imagine, 134 delegates, all of them fired up, all of them saying, I am going to do this like a madman. Do you know what happened? After 1 year, The guy organized an event in Nigeria, not in a place like Imperial Yam, not a place like Uma. The guy went to a stadium. He went to what? To a stadium to do an event. It was bigger than even what the company had ever done. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to get your team into momentum? What are you doing about step number 1? Organize your team. Relaunch the event to them. I want you to imagine and assume that everyone is just hearing about anniversary for the first time. Whether they have bought tickets or not, because even those who have bought, how many have they sold out? Step number 2. Before I go step number 2, these are some of the running incentives. Are we together? This is for the company. You've seen this. Table seating incentive. Buy 7 tickets at once and get 1 free. Do you realize that with this incentive, a ticket is at 230 something? Not 270? Are you together? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look at how do you maximize this. I want you to unify your team, sit together, buy in bulk. This is another team which has put an incentive. This is a team incentive. Are you together? Guys, let me tell you one thing. I remember in 2018, I went to Mr. Elias and asked him, how do I maximize MLM? How do I grow my money exponentially? How do I get my business up there? He said, Hamson, go when you're like this. In MLM, move like this. What does this mean? Release money. Release money. At your level. At your level, not the company level. The company can put an incentive of 40,000 per ticket. Don't put an incentive of 40,000 if you cannot afford. Put what you can afford. But you as a team, you as a leader, what are you doing? Are we together? What are you doing? This is an incentive for some team in Rwanda. They said, all inclusive, except transport, all meals, accommodation, event entrance, airport and bus station pickups, transport from hotel and event backups, something like that. But you as a team, what are you going to put? They have got the qualifications. I didn't put the qualifications. Are we together? Some are going to say, sponsor 3 people. Sit and calculate. Sit and calculate. If this guy in my team, which is the weak leg, if they sponsor 3 people each, and maybe I tell them, sponsor 3 people, I give you this deduction. Sponsor maybe this number of people. Oh, do this, buy this number of products. Maybe you want to step up. Are we together? Guys, I want you to learn to use incentives to grow your what? Your business. Are we together? Go and sit down, you as a person, look at, what can I do? You have your 10,000. You have your 10,000. Tell people, buy a ticket this week, I'll put for you 10K. Are we together? Even if you say 5K, but at your level, let someone feel you are putting in an effort. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, step number 2, massive prospecting. Massive prospecting. Now, it's a game of numbers. Momentum comes with force. Momentum comes with accumulation of, actually, a strong force is what creates momentum. If you want your car to go into momentum, if you want your car to be in momentum, you don't step on the pedal as if you don't intend it. You step it, nekagwayo, kaino kugwayo, kaino kugwerera kona. Are we together? You must step that accelerator. If you want your car to go in 100 kilometers, 180 kilometers per hour, then akabato ino kola chi? Oino kalinyate no bezao. It's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to get big numbers? Then do massive prospecting. Now, reach out to 10 to 20 people daily, both prospects and downlines. Both prospects and downlines. This event is not only for members, it is for everyone. It is for everyone, especially the anniversary. The academy is for the members mainly, but the anniversary is for everyone. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, they're saying share income testimonies and product stories or videos to create the buzz, to create the noise. Are we together? Share more. Give people, excite people, trigger people's minds because they want to come and meet these people physically. Are we together? I want you to go and share Madam Hajara's story. Share Madam Jaria's story. Share maybe Mr. James's story. Share maybe these people who are maybe from Kenya. Damian's story, Anne's story. Are we together? Tell them, you know what? Some of you, I don't know if you saw the Callisto of the stair step. Get that Callisto and throw it out and say, you know what? This lady is where they're coming. This one is where they're coming. These guys are going to be sharing their stories here. These guys are going to be sharing with us techniques. Are we together? Guys, you want to be crazy with updates. This is the time to be Mr. Update. Do you remember Mr. Update? Do you remember someone who had been like nicknamed Mr. Update in the politics? This is the time to be Mr. Update in Okata. This is the time, ladies and gentlemen, to send out all the information you have to all your guests, to all your downlines. If they put a picture of people who have bought in their inbox direct, if they put a picture of people who have bought tickets, don't just look at it and say, how did this guy raise the money? Most of us, that's what we are doing. Where did this guy get the money from? Are we together? Your work, when you see Mr. John has bought a ticket, your work is throw out his picture everywhere. Are we together? If you get a student who has bought a ticket, get that student and throw their face everywhere. Are we together? Because, ladies and gentlemen, these testimonies are what are going to create the excitement that's going to get people doing what? Buying into the event. When we were in Kenya, we had a panel and someone asked me this question and said, Hamson, you started when you were a student. You started when you were young. How do we get young people to raise money? This was my answer. It's not about the age. It's not about the money that you have. It's about, is the mind ready? Does the mind feel they need this? A ticket is not expensive. What is not yet adding up is you are not yet seeing the reason as to why you need the ticket. Are we together? You are not finding a reason as to why your team needs to buy the ticket. And I told them, the other reason why we fail to maximize some of these opportunities, some of these occasions like this event, is because we are siding with our downlines. And I told them that never be on the side of a prospect. A prospect should never say that, you know what, this money is a lot. How many of us have had a prospect say, zine sente nyingi. No, buy the sente zo nyingi si ntono. You've lost a sign up by making that statement already. When you're down and says the ticket is expensive and you say, by the way, nange na chirabira wo. Awomanya. Your ticket egenze. It's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, use voice notes and live calls to create urgency. Guys, I want you to post in the groups, but I want you also to go ahead and do what? Call. I want you to go ahead and do what? Sit and call. I remember in our previous business, this is what I used to do to maximize events. I would sit with my leaders. Give me your 10 people I want me to call. Give me your 5 people I want me to call. Give me your 10 people I want me to call. Give me your 5 people I want me to call. Then I would sit. If you give me the list, I sit and call your people in your presence. Hi, how are you? This is Mram Samson. We are going to be having an event on this and this day. Have you bought your ticket? How many people in your team are buying the ticket? Do you know what those guys used to do? You'd hear down and call the upline. I'm still the upline. Ochimanyi upline Hamson and Kobe Daka Semunga Peter mu event. Era kanonyeza ticket nzija. But I've been posting also in the groups. Are we together? But you must go ahead. You must put in an extra effort and do what? Call. Do you know how we send people online? You prospect someone, you're sending messages, but the point reaches whereby you even put the video, that you're real. Are we together? People, ladies and gentlemen, your voice plays a different game altogether compared to just sitting down and you're texting. There are things, ladies and gentlemen, that technology will not do for you. There are things that you are going to get off the high tech and go to the physical tech. The human tech, the human touch is needed. Ladies and gentlemen, invite team presentations to increase on what? To increase on your numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, you must be looking at how do we increase our what? Our numbers. Every single day. Do not say that, you know what, I don't have a downline now, so I don't have people to invite. I want you to invite for the presentations we are having. Actually, this is the time when we should have the biggest number of guests in our OPPs, because we are looking for people to get into where? Into the event. Because the moment someone buys into the idea, ladies and gentlemen, they can equally do what? Raise money for the what? For the event. And you know that this is the best time also. Do you know that raising money is a mindset? It's a what? It's a mindset. It's going to be very easy for someone, when they are raising capital to join, to also raise money for the event at the same time. Versus whereby someone join, their mindset is of raising capital. You are now rewiring them again. You are resetting them again to go back into the raising money mindset. Versus someone who is already in that thing of raising money. It's like when, ladies and gentlemen, when you complete your bachelor's degree and you pause for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years, going back to do a postgraduate, going back to do a master's, it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing. Because your mind has shifted. It has moved away from book concentration. It has moved away from, you know what, sit in class and be taught. It has moved away. Resetting, rewiring you again to sit in class again is hard. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, many times, some of us going back to school might be very hard. Because our minds have shifted. I want you to imagine, I graduated in 2017. I've never gotten a book to read. Anything to do with accounting. How will I go back to accounting again? When I go back to accounting, I will not be going back to upgrade. I will not be going back to do what? To do a master's. I will be going back to the basics. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing here. I want you to push your guests to come attend. When they understand the business, them raising money even for the event is even way easy compared to someone who last raised money 6-7 months ago. Ladies and gentlemen, practice using scripts that highlight why be a part of the event. Ladies and gentlemen, as you go out there, today as you sit your team down to launch the event, I want you also to come up with scripts that you are going to use. Scripts on why the event. You know what? We are going to be having a very powerful anniversary celebration. We are going to be, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hosting over 12 countries on the anniversary. We are going to be hosting people who are going to be coming from Kenya, Tanzania. Send them even pictures. Are we together? We are going to be having people coming from Burundi, from Nigeria, from Benin, from whatever. Are we together? Get a script that you sell into your team, depending on who your team is looking at doing what? At inviting. Are we together? Do not just tell people, let's start promoting the event. No, give them lines. Give them scripts to do what? To use. Are we together? Tell them, you know what, by the way, guys, we need to get the video of Vinka moving. We need to get a video of who? Hillary. Are we together? The comedian. There are some of our age mates, ladies and gentlemen, who love entertainment. Not so, the youth. Call them as you're calling them. Don't only call them telling them we are going to be reading people to come on stage. Bagambe. Tugenda kube echivuru. We are going to be having Vinka to entertain us. And very many musicians send them a video of who? Of Vinka. Are we together? Because, ladies and gentlemen, people come for different reasons. Oma Abagamba, you mean there is an opportunity for me to see this lady? I've just been hearing her. It is what? It's time. Are we together? When they said Hillary, is it Hillary Okero? The comedian. Man, I'd never listened to the skit of that guy. I want to check him out on YouTube to go and see who is he exactly. Are we together? And the guy is really, really good. Natural comedian. Natural scripts. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, step number 3, promote the event like crazy. Promote the event like crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to have numbers in the event? The question is, are you promoting or you are announcing? There is promoting and there is announcing. They are saying that, ladies and gentlemen, post countdown content on your social media. I know today they are going to bring out the thing showing 19 days to go. I want you to give that flyer. I want you to give that poster a run on every social media platform you are on. Are we together? I want you to give that flyer a run in every downline's inbox. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, promotion is different from announcing. There's whereby I come and say, ladies and gentlemen, we are having an event and it's going to be powerful. I've announced, I'm done. I want us to always relate to the musicians. When Chameleon is calling us for Gwanga Muje, when it is Gwanga Muje time, does he wake up and say, ladies and gentlemen, kanoke kasera kachi, Gwanga Muje. Tugenda bele rugogo, era tubalinze tiketi ya mitwalo 5. No way. Every time you tune on the TV, almost every program, what watching? Gwanga Muje. Are we together? When you go in town, the billboards are saying what? Gwanga Muje. Are we together? And that is a point which is like, okay, what is Gwanga Muje all about? What is this thing all about? Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, it is something I want you to do. Go on the media platforms. People are going to come and ask you, 19 days to what exactly? Which anniversary are you talking about? How many of us you've seen a poster on Facebook and you start reading through, you start actually backtracking to see what is this thing all about, or even start going in post inbox. How many of us have seen this animal which is trending? You see the animal which is trending? Have you seen it? Where did it start from? I don't even know. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I am going to be forced to go and check that animal out. Why is this animal trending? Trending, I mean. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, how many of us have seen the old man who's also trending nowadays? Omuzei, Mumulaba. With his son. Do you know why the guy is now trending? Because everyone is posting him. Now, me who doesn't know where it started from, I'm going to go and ask, why am I finding this old man on Instagram, on Facebook, on X? Are we together? Why am I seeing you on stories of people? Why am I seeing in chat groups? I'll go and ask. The moment you get these flyers, the moment you get this content about the what? The anniversary, all over, trust me, people are going to come in your inbox and ask you, what is this thing all about? Are we together? Because, ladies and gentlemen, some people, today we are in an information era. People are accessing information in all angles. Are we together? The question is, are you part of the people who are providing the information that people are reading about? Are you contributing to information spreading? Are we together? Or you are seated back saying, to whom it may concern? Is it your approach? Forget about the momentum. Forget about having numbers in the event. You must go crazy. Are we together? We recorded videos for this anniversary. Are you sending them out? Choose any video which works for you. Send it out to your people. Are we together? You have your French people who are coming. Get that video of Emery. Send to them. Are we together? Get the video of Damian. Send it out there to the Kenyans and other internationals. Or even the locals who are coming. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? And they're saying, create personal invite lists for people you intend to invite for the event. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the techniques to use to maximize your team and even the prospects is, I want you to do a short list of people who must. The word is must. I know you are looking for everyone out there, but there are people who must do what? Who must attend. When someone is preparing a wedding, there are people they have on the list as a priority. Then there are those who are going to say, man, I heard you have a wedding. Let me contribute for you something. You invite them. But they were not a what? A priority. Are we together? There are people you are going to say, whether you contribute or not, you must be present. You must be present. The first step towards succeeding in any event, in any ceremony, in any organization, first earmark those people you intend to have in that ceremony or that occasion. Before you start promoting to the public, there are people who it is a must for them to do what? To attend. For example, your top leaders. All of us at our level, we have leaders in our business. There are people who must attend no matter what. Whether they have accepted the event or not, they must come. If it means tying a rope on them, if it means, ladies and gentlemen, dragging them, you are going to do it. If it means even picking them from home, you are going to pick them. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, if you want your event to be successful, remember, in our first step, the first thing was, what is your target and goal? There is no way you are going to say, for example, give an example of Mr. Zaki. He has his Mr. Superior here. He has his Ronald here. If those two people, it's not about them being willing to come or not. No, it is a must attend. It's a must attend. Why? If you are saying that, I want to explode left, I want to explode right, who are you going to actually do the explosion with? One thing, if you are going to succeed, you must also prepare for the success also. You want a very big team, not so. How many of us want a team of 1,000 people, 10,000 people, by show of hands? You want 10,000 people in your network. What do you want? Okay, how many of us are confused? Are we together? How many of us want a network of more than 10,000 people in your team? More than 10,000 people. If you want 10,000 people, the first question you need to answer is, whom am I going to hold the 10,000 people with? That's the first question. Many people don't answer that question, and that's why you'll never reach 10,000 people. But the moment, ladies and gentlemen, you identify people who you are going to hold the 10,000 with, the 10,000 will come. The moment you are thinking about big money, you're thinking about a big team, there is the A list of people who must attend. Who must be there? Whose belief must be at the same level like your belief? Are we together? Like the company. The company has its people who it will come and say, you must be there, whether you want it or not. Whether you are sick or not, you must come, even if in a wheelchair. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, offer event-based incentives to boost sales for you and your team. It is coming back. Guys, sit and put what? Incentives. Sit and put what? Incentives. Offer event-based incentives to boost sales for you and your team. You can say, everyone who is going to attend the event, we are going to do this after the event. Are we together? Everyone who is, guys, an incentive, ladies and gentlemen, is not only putting in money, no. An incentive, ladies and gentlemen, is not that someone will pay for you the ticket all the time. No. An incentive can also be being a part of a special group which is going to do this and that. Are we together? An incentive can even be those who are going to attend after the event. We are going to go somewhere. That's the first qualification. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, what are you putting into your team to actually drive the sales? What are you putting into the team to intentionally move the numbers? Or are you saying, let those who want to buy, buy. Those who want to come, let them come. Those who don't want, it is okay. It is not okay. Ladies and gentlemen, share testimonials and previews of the events and the previous events. Testimonials and previews. This one now we go back to the content. There is content before the event, but then there's also content of the previous events. Are we together? For example, some of you were here for the cocktail party when we started Okata. Maybe get some of these highlights and put. There are these videos we've been having of the different events which had taken place. Get those and show them. You tell them, you know what? Imagine this is when we were only 3 months old as a company. Imagine how big the event is going to be when we are 1 year down. Get highlights from the event of what? The soft launch. Are we together? Get those highlights. Send them out there. Are we together? They are going to do recognitions. I want you to imagine when by the time we were only 4 months, our top earner, Madam Hajara, had earned over 83 or 80 something millions. I want you to imagine how much money has she made today. I want you to come and bear witness how fast this organization is growing. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to have as many previews, as many scripts, as I don't know how much content you need, but every single day, once again, be updating. Be a master. Be a promoting master in your team. Be the ambassador of the event in your team. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at how do you create momentum? How do you prepare your team to be supercharged for what? For the event. Every single day, you must be telling them. Are we together? Every single day, you must be giving them an update. It's a follow-up. And ladies and gentlemen are saying that encourage teams to invite guests during the power hour for what? For the event once again. I remember there's an event we did with Nicholas at Imperial Royal some time back. Every single day, we were inviting for the event. They had given us a hall which would seat 2,500 people. But because every single day, we were inviting the event. Imperial Royal, beautiful hotel, big hotel, you know what, big testimonies. Instead of 2,500 guests, we had 3,000 guests. How many people? 3,000. And everyone was paying 50K. Everyone's paying 50K. Are we together? I remember, some of you know Coach Kato. I remember they organized for us an event in Munyonyo in 2013, yes. We were paying 1 million Ugandan shillings per person. 1 million Ugandan shillings in Munyonyo. These guys pulled off an event of 500 people, each paying 1 million Ugandan shillings. 1 million. No accommodation. No accommodation for 3 days. Training only. It was just training. Come Friday, we train you. Saturday we train you, Sunday we train you, $1 million is over, go back home. 1 million Ugandan shillings. Now here, you have 270. It has food, it has a bag, it has whatever, recognition, and it's a lot of money. That's peanuts. That's peanuts. Madam Ruth knows. In our previous company, where we started, I paid $2,500. $500 was an entrance to the event. It didn't have food, didn't have accommodation, not an air ticket, not anything. It only had a badge for the company, a poster to show you were a participant for the event. $500. Then $2,000 accommodation, air ticket. Man, are we together? That's how big events can be. But let me tell you one thing. Up today, I am a networker because of that event. Up today, my feet are firm on the ground in MLM because of that event. I remember there is a lady who came. She was called Padua something. This lady Padua, she had a crippled son. The son had a disorder. He wouldn't drive, he wouldn't walk. When this lady made money in that company, this lady took the son for surgery. This lady paid everything she could for the child. I know what? Today, the same cripple is actually now a Formula One driver. She showed us her house. She built a house, a mansion. Only furniture was valued at $1 million US. The door frames and the tables. $1 million. That is 3.6 billion Ugandan shillings. You're not talking about the structure itself, no. $1 million. The question that was on my mind was, if such a person can make the money, why not me? I said, even if I don't make her money, even if I make half, I'll be a rich man. Are we together? Then they brought for us a lady called Marie Glenn. A very old lady. By that time, she was a grandmother in the 60s. She had a network of 4 million distributors. I was like, how do you... I was struggling to get a team of 100 people. And someone is saying, I have 4 million downlines. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I am in. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know what these events can do to your business. Maybe this event is going to be the event that Hamson attended and said, I am not leaving this. And let me tell you one thing from that time. When I raised that $2,500, it was not only for the event, but let me tell you one thing today. I don't believe there is anything I cannot actually get. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, remind people why the event matters. Let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the consistency. The mind does not just absorb things and to go to the permanent mind. No, permanent memory, no. You have to say it over and over. Don't come and tell Hamson need to tell the event and then you say, I am done with Hamson. No, you are not done. Has it really sunk in? It doesn't sink in at the first instance. No, it doesn't. But the more you tell me, the more you keep reminding me, ladies and gentlemen, the more it sinks in. The more it sinks in. How many times did our parents tell us, you need to shower every... Boys in the house. Boys, do you remember? How many of us showering every day was a problem at a time? At a certain point. But every day your father would be, your mother, they would even come and say, do like this. How many of you remember? Do you remember those moments? Where your mother would come and say, she puts the finger here and does like this. How many times did they tell you? Today, do they need to remind you? No. But they told you 1 million times. They told you what? 1 million times. Don't go to your downline and say, I want you to come for the anniversary, and you think you're done. No. Say it over and over and over until when this guy says, I have accepted. Applying, my money is here. We are not going to take no for any answer from any of you who is here today. Ladies and gentlemen, send general messages to everyone in your team, on the groups, even in the back office. How many of us have seen that option of sending messages in the back office? Have you seen it? Go and send the messages. Ladies and gentlemen, go in the inbox, even call them directly. Most importantly, do the what? Most importantly, do the what? Do the numbers. How many people have you told about it? How many people have you told about the anniversary? And ladies and gentlemen, celebrate the small wins in group chats for those who have bought their tickets, those who have sold out some tickets, and most importantly, those who have qualified for incentives, both on the company level and the team incentives. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen what the company is doing. Get those pictures and send. In my groups, I wake up, I'm sending. This group, whether it's my team or not my team, I send. Because people need to know, yes, as you're thinking about it, others are doing it. Guys, us in Uganda, we are the luckiest. I want us to thank our CEO that he's Ugandan and the event is in Uganda. Let us give him a very big round of applause, guys. Let me tell you one thing. We have been paying crazy money to go attend events of the company. I'm being honest with you. People in our previous business, people were paying 18 million to go to the Philippines. If you haven't qualified, you'll pay 18 millions. Are we together? Some who don't have qualification, you pay 9 millions to go and just attend an event of the company. Here the company is saying, only with 270, you can attend. Do you know what the Congolese are paying? Do you know what the Kenyans are paying? Do you know how much the people in Benin are paying? Some of you even walk to Uma. Some of you even walk there. Others even get a taxi of 1,000 and you're there. Others will pay only 2,000 for a motor and you're there. Maybe others will pay a bus of maybe 5,000 and you're there. Now imagine someone who's paying an air ticket to come here. Already, just the air ticket alone, they are in more than 2 million Ugandan shillings. And they're coming for the same event like you. And you know what? They will pay the 2 million. On top of that, they will also pay the 730,000 for the event. I know the most even funny thing, they won't leave immediately. They'll wait for an extra day. Because some flights will not be available by the time we are done with the academy. So they'll wait for another day. They'll pay more money for accommodation. Me and you, for us, it's just wake up and walk, and you're there. You order for safe border or Bolt of 1,500, and you're there. And you're saying 270,000 is a lot? What should someone from Benin say? What should someone from Kinshasa say? What should someone from Mombasa say? Are we together? What should they say? Only their transportation is more than even the ticket you're paying. Now, when such a person makes money, do you say he was lucky? Will you say, Apran, what is the secret to making money from the business? I was telling Mr. Frank when I was telling him that the truth of the matter, Mr. Frank, is what are actually supposed to be the secrets in MLM, there's no way you can share them to people. Some of the things, they come as realizations. Some of the secrets are realizations that you as a person, you must discover. You as a person. You must discover yourself. No one is going to discover you. You must, you as a person, get it from inside you to feel, you know what, I think I need this business. And that's the most important secret ever if you want to succeed. Do you really need the business? If you need the business, if you realize that you need the business, no one is going to tell you, do this, do that, do the other one. No. You'll actually get yourself into action. And that's the secret. Because every day we talk about inviting, we talk about presenting, we talk about following up, we talk about closing. That's not a secret. The secret is realizing, do you need to make the phone call? The secret is realizing, do you need to do the follow-up? The secret is realizing, do I need this money? That's why I tell people that I don't join MLM because I loved it. And I'm not doing MLM because I love it. I'm doing it because I need it. I need it. I'm doing this because I need it. I'm not doing it because I love it. Love comes as number 2. But the first thing is, I had to realize, Hamson, stop playing games. Stop pretending. Some of us are pretending. Guys, stop pretending. Face the reality. Face the reality. You're saying this is hard. Hard compared to what? This is expensive. Expensive compared to what? To paying rent every month? For the shop? To paying taxes every month? Is it cheaper? To paying employees every month? Is it cheaper? What do you mean by it's expensive? Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, the secret, the real secret is the realizations. It's the what? The realizations. And those are personal. Those are personal. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the people who have qualified some of these incentives. You saw the other incentive they put. Buy 7 at once, get 1 free. You saw this team all the way from Bunia. These guys each has paid $200 minus their transport. Minus their transport. These guys are from Kenya. Each of them has paid how much? $200. $200 is how much? 700,000 plus. These guys are also from Kenya. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, what excuse do you have? You who is only looking at 270,000. Are we together? What are you going to do when the company says this time the anniversary is in Kenya? What are you going to say? And can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? The plan of the company is not having all anniversaries in Uganda. It's going to be rotational. Maybe this could be the cheapest event you're going to have. Because when we say it's going to be in Kenya, you'll pay accommodation. You won't pay transport. And you still pay for the ticket for the event. Are we together? Maybe from Kenya to go to Tanzania. You'll sit on the bus for 26 hours from here to Dar es Salaam. 26 hours. I've sat on that bus before. 26 good hours. And the bus ticket is 200,000. I am not scaring you. I'm showing you how lucky you are. I'm showing you how privileged we are as Ugandans to find that the CEO is here and the anniversary is here. Others are paying bigger than we are paying. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, there are people who are even going to pay visas to come and attend. You're not paying anything. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, finally drive final conversions and follow up. They're saying, ladies and gentlemen, follow up with all past contacts. Everyone you talked to. Step number 4, those you had told, go back to them. Those who bought, go back to them. I know Cyprian bought a ticket. Go back to Cyprian and ask him, so how many in your team have bought? Are we together? Kennedy has bought a ticket. Go back to Kennedy and ask him, Kennedy, how many have bought in your team? Or maybe there is someone who has only bought the anniversary. Ask them, when are you buying the academy ticket? Then there is someone who has not bought anything. Tell them, when are you buying? But go back to everyone. If you want to maximize, ladies and gentlemen, the event, I want you to promote and promote. Contact these people as many times as you can. Are we together? And ladies and gentlemen, have more engagements and also offer help to undecided prospects. There are many people who you've told about the event but are not yet decided. The first time they had. Second time, okay. Third time, okay. They need another phone call to finally buy into the what? The event. Let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I remember there's an event we had for the visionaries. Some of you remember. But can I be honest with you? In the last 8 years of doing network marketing, my last 8 years, I have not I've not enjoyed any event, me as Hamson. I've never. I have not enjoyed any event. Do you know why I've never enjoyed any event? Even on the last day, I am fighting for someone extra to enter. I am always at the door fighting. Even the soft launch, I swear. I was at the door. Hamson, someone has come. Let me come and see what to do. So man, what do we do? How much do you have? You talk to the bouncers. Like everyone, one thing I do first. The first thing I do at an event is, the one checking the ribbon is my buddy. The one who's the bouncer is my buddy. The ones who are ticking, they are my buddies. You must be my buddies because I'm going to disturb you. I remember there's an event where Jonan, Mudisha Godfrey, there was Allen. You were also there. Hamson, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you and your people? Nothing is wrong. I am looking for numbers. I'm looking for numbers. Nothing is wrong. Let me tell you one thing. There's one thing I was taught in my first company. Never accept before the event is done. Let me tell you one thing. I stopped pushing numbers when they say, ladies and gentlemen, may the Almighty God bless you. We wish you a safe journey back home. That's when I say, event is over. Before that, it's not yet over. I'll fight. Even if it means coming and see, the CEO want to give his speech and they close, I'll do that. Because even seeing the numbers, feeling the heat in the hall is good enough for me. Because I don't know what conclusion you are going to make. I even reached the point of telling guys, for you come, reach the venue. When you reach the venue, I close you from the venue. I don't accept. Even if someone says, that's my approach. You don't have money, just come. I know when you come and you see other people joining, other people are entering. You say, guys, I want you to push until the last second. Until the last second. Guys, let me tell you one thing. You never know what that event is going to do for you. That event where Mr. John remembers at Freedom City, that event pushed me from top number 19 to top number 12. We did another one. It pushed me from 12 to 3. In 1 year. In 1 year. The first gathering got me from top number 19. It got me to top number 12. I said, now you are joking. I'm going to bring 4 buses. I pushed the next gathering. It got me from number 12. I landed in spot number 3. My team moved from bringing in 300 codes per month. By the time I was leaving, I was in 1,000 codes every single month. 1,000. Every month, 1,000 new people joining business. Why? I was not the only person pushing. I had very many gladiators, I had very many warriors, I had very many mercenaries, I had very many expatriates, I had every kind of soldier on my team. Because, ladies and gentlemen, for every event someone attends, their decision, their conviction, their realizations, they don't go back the same. I want you to imagine, if you bring your 20, 30 people in that event, I want you to imagine how you are going to move out. I want you to imagine how that person is going to move out. I want you to imagine how this person is going to go back and work. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, send reminders. Send reminders for event attendances to double confirm attendance. Ask the people who have bought tickets, have you bought a shirt? Have you bought a new shoe? Have you bought a new trouser? Have you bought a new suit? Have you bought a new handkerchief? Have you bought new stockings? You want to keep this guy's vibe up there. You want to keep this guy up there. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the more you actually send reminders, the more you send these exciting things to them, the more you excite them also to go and look at, who do I come with? Who do I come with? And ladies and gentlemen, encourage sign-ups or purchases to double the number of people who can attend your event. Push for also sign-ups, because ladies and gentlemen, from sign-ups, people are making money. They'll easily pay tickets. Are you together? Tell people, you know what? If you earn this, I'll do this. If you do this, I'll do that. Ladies and gentlemen, as we end, showcase success stories from events. Tell people how this event impacted this guy's business. Tell this guy how this event changed Hamson's business. Tell them how this person in the first event, they were at this rank. After the event, they are making this much money. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be a storyteller. That's what promotion is about. Prepare your team for event impact. Prepare your team for event impact. I want you to sell the vision. I want you to sell the goal. I want you to sell the after event picture. I want you to paint a picture for people after the event, what is going to happen. I want you to show people why this is a must for them. Are we together? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure if we do these 4 steps, if we go out there and promote, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, your business won't remain the same. Your life won't remain the same. I want to go to the final tips. Final tips for momentum. Stay consistent even on the bad days. Don't wake up and you're saying, today I'm not in the mood. Guys, let me tell you one thing. You must always be in the mood. You must always be in the what? There are no hard feelings here. Are you together? I want you to find a reason. Actually, I want you to use that negative energy to push yourself up. I want you to use that anger. Turn that anger into positive energy. Are we together? I want you to use that thing that has annoyed you as a reason to even be more angry at pushing. I remember when we started Okata, there are things that you do here. Feel this is bad, but you know what? Let me even work harder. Are we together? I want you to learn to convert the negative environment. I want you to convert the negative scenarios into your favor. Are we together? When people say you cannot do it, do you say it is true, I can actually not do it? Or do you say, okay, you say I cannot do it. Let me just do it for the sake of proving you wrong. You are saying I cannot sponsor. Are you sure I cannot sponsor? Let me do it to show you I can sponsor. And I won't even sponsor only one. Let me sponsor 5 to show you I can do it. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, lead by example, use urgency with kindness. Keep the bigger vision in front of the team. Every single day, keep setting the event. Always be celebrating progress. And finally, keep the energy and fire for the event high at all times. Keep the energy and fire high at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, you must create the vibe on the group. Create the vibe on the group. We have a group for Emeralds. And, hey, you wait for the surprise. I won't even talk about it. It's just coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get your team into the event mood. Have you ever seen a Mugole who is getting towards the wedding? How are they? They are calling everyone. They are busy. We want to feel the anniversary fever in the hall here. We want to feel the anniversary fever on the groups wherever you are. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go and take action. This is our quote. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. If you want to create momentum, then you are going to be consistent. If you want to have big numbers for the anniversary, you must be consistent with your promotion. You don't promote today and tomorrow you chill. You don't promote today. You don't talk about the event once in a while. Let me tell you one thing. There is no platform I go to and I don't end with anniversary. Whether it is an online training, whether it's a physical training, whether it is 5 minutes or 3 minutes, my closing remark, my parting advice is always what? Anniversary. It's the same thing I want you to do. Even when you're closing circles, close the circle with, we want you to be for the anniversary. You are invited for the anniversary. Whether you are promoting or not, but let it always come through at all times. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Let us go and do what? Let's 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 go and do what? Happy anniversary, Okata Wellness Solutions. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go grab our tickets. Let's go and promote our teams. I want us to get on our phones after this. How many people are going to tell about the anniversary? Whether they know what anniversary is about or not, tell them. Thank you so much. God bless you.